Smithers, are they booing me?
No, they're saying Boo earns. Boo earns.
Are you saying boo or boo earns?
Yeah, let's just be clear. If you're a Republican at a town hall nowadays, those are definitely boos you're hearing because America's pissed off and it's time to face the music. And as a proud progressive, those boos are music to my ears, especially when they happen in a deeply red state like Iowa and are being directed at a Republican who literally said that they would host an in-person town hall this year when hell freezes over. And I guess it did because she got a frosty reception, to say the least. So hit subscribe to Really American Media as we head to the Hawkeye State to hear from a MAGA puppet who is actually named Mariannette. And no, that is not a joke, even though her beliefs are. This is Congresswoman Mariannette Miller-Meeks of Iowa's 1st District, and she finally relented and did a town hall. And spoiler alert, it did not go very well. Let's start off with the first question.
Please explain your refusal to provide SNAP benefits to our most needy, who are most needy, and don't lie and say it's the Democrats' fault.
Well, on September 19th,
Yeah, so she's only taking pre-screened questions, and this one about SNAP ends by saying, don't lie and say it's the Democrats' fault, which is met with a round of applause. And I'm going to give you 3 guesses on who she blames it all on, and the first 2 guesses don't count.
we passed a continuing resolution that would fund the government until
Take away
November
40 million
22nd.
people's health care.
We passed a continuing resolution to make sure that the government was funded, which included funding for SNAP. So as
I'm
we
being my
continue
free
to pass
speech is being infringed upon. I'm being asked to leave. We're not even allowed to ask real questions. We are told to write them down. They take questions in that room. They say it's you. Which questions they ask? 100 years ago, women gave you the right to vote. You take that right to vote. You're taking women's rights away. They are being taken rights are being taken away. You are pushing me. I am not saying I won't be.
Well, all right, we're off to a great start. Now, first of all, I hope you noticed that she just kept talking in monotone. Well, that guy was literally thrown out the front door. And for the record, he is wrong when he said that these cuts to Medicaid will kick 4 million people off their coverage. The actual number is 10 million, and that's according to the CBO. Just saying. Now, in this next clip, Miller-Meeks brings up Trump. And please take note of what the person right in front of the camera does.
I would say President Trump in October rearranged funding to go for military.
Yeah, fuck Trump indeed. And shortly after that, someone else in the crowd was kind of over it too.
Vote her out! 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 Vote her out!
Yeah, now that guy got a round of applause that Miller-Meeks decided to try to spin into applause for what she was saying, and that didn't go over well.
Thank you for the applause for the Energy and Commerce Committee voting to strengthen and preserve Medicaid.
Liar! And yeah, she was lying. You can tell she was lying because she's a Republican and her lips were moving.
Engage in community engagement again, whether it is work, whether it is volunteer, whether it is work, whether I'm trying to answer the question, so if you could please let me do that, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, so now she's admonishing the crowd because that always goes over well when a room full of adults feel betrayed by you. I think that's what MAGA calls a charm offensive. So now Miller-Meeks brings up the GOP myth of so-called illegal aliens living the good life by getting Medicaid benefits. Let's see how that goes over.
Also prohibited illegal aliens from being on Medicaid. I'm sorry, all you have to look at Gavin Newsom when we put those requirements in. Gavin Newsom saying that they could no longer fund illegal immigrants getting Medicaid because they could not afford it. So that is, there are loopholes.
Yeah, she tries to throw old Gavin Newsom in California under the bus for providing limited benefits to undocumented immigrants in the Golden State, which is true, but the crowd correctly points out that Newsom uses state money, not federal money, to do that, but she's not going to relent, and neither will the crowd.
You are reinforcing and reiterating federal law that loopholes should not be used to prohibit illegal aliens from being on Medicaid.
Not aliens, they're human.
Human beings.
Human.
use, they are illegal immigrants who are on Medicaid, who are ineligible for Medicaid, and for which should not be on Medicaid. But I thank you for that question.
Yeah, and since she just brought up Newsom, which went over like a lead balloon, she now tries to bring up Biden to test those waters, only to drown in booze.
So there are people throughout the Biden administration, states, states were prohibited, and they were.
I love the guy that yells out old news in response to her bringing up Biden. Yeah, no shit. MAGA does not know what to do without scapegoating Democrats, even the ones who are not in power anymore.
Are removed from Medicaid, who are ineligible for Medicaid. That is a significant savings to and strengthens and preserves the program.
Now that right there is some great live fact checking by somebody in the crowd. She is still harping on illegal aliens exploiting Medicaid by going to the emergency room. And that dude is correct. Emergency Medicaid spending by undocumented immigrants represents less than 1% of all Medicaid spending. In the fiscal year 2023, it was 0.04%.
The CBO said that saves $14 billion a year. So over a 10-year period, 140. You can take up your challenge with the CBO. That's the CBO's number. So with that, those are reforms that we have done to strengthen and preserve Medicaid for those for whom it is intended, it would go much faster if you would allow me to answer the question. So with that, we have strengthened and preserved Medicaid for those who it was intended, which is children, pregnant women.
Yeah, move on, they say, because these adults are sick of you lying to them. Does Medicaid cover that kind of sickness? Now we move outside of this town hall to a family who is all of a sudden missing their dad because ICE came to town and arrested the guy at his annual check-in meeting because he was trying to gain citizenship by going through the legal process, and now he's gone.
My husband Daniel was unjustly detained by ICE last week. Daniel has always done everything the right way. He's a hard-working, loving man and a devoted husband to me and a caring father to our baby boy who is a U.S. citizen. What's happening to him is unfair and heartbreaking. He doesn't deserve to be treated this way after building a life rooted in love, family, and responsibility. I have been with Daniel since high school in 2019.
This breaks my heart, and it's absolutely enraging. What ICE is doing right now to immigrants trying to gain citizenship the legal way is the worst of what America is. But watch what happens next, because it represents the best of what America is.
What are you hoping to hear from Congresswoman Mariannette?
I'm just trying to hear. I mean, what do you want to hear? I mean, just say that you want to get it out there.
Yeah, some middle-aged white guy asks if he can stand shoulder to shoulder with this family in pain. It's an absolutely beautiful sight. And remember, everybody, united we stand and divided we fall. Those words have never been more true. So please take them to heart, like this video, comment below, and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, newest episode out today. Check it out right here on this channel. I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.